The Crow has been officially announced to come to 4K from Paramount. Arrow Video and Criterion unveiled their new May slates, including Crimson Peak and Peeping Tom on 4K. Madam Web gets a 4K and Blu-ray announcement. Is anybody going to buy that? Quite possibly the greatest Western film of all time, Once Upon a Time in the West, gets a 4K announcement from Paramount. Pee Wee Herman has announced her 4K, but it may not be the film you would expect. The Ocean's Trilogy gets a 4K steelbook announcement. Guys, there's so much to talk about, and we're going to get into it all on this monumental episode 200 of the Physical Media Report. Stay tuned. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel, your hub for everything physical media and entertainment. I am Ken. Today, guys, we are here for the Physical Media Report, episode 200. That is right, guys, your weekly dose of physical media goodness, where we talk about everything new and exciting in the world of Blu-ray and 4K. And you know what? Since I took last week off, we actually have a ton of stuff to talk about here today on the Physical Media Report, episode 200, guys. It is absolutely insane. Maybe I did that on purpose just so I could build the news up and make this episode feel extra special. But I appreciate everybody bearing with me last week. I am going to talk more on my break and some other stuff in a video later this week, so I'm not going to get too into it on this week's episode. But thank you all for understanding that I had to take last week off. I got super sick and I had some reorganizing to do, which I'm still not done. I'm far from being done with that, but I did make some good progress. But I'm excited to be here, guys, and talk about the Blu-ray and 4K news. We have been doing this Physical Media Report segment on this channel since 2020, April of 2020. It was right after the pandemic I decided to start doing this segment, just talk about the new releases and talk about the new announcements and do deals. And when I started this, I also talked about like the top 5 Blu-rays and 4Ks, and I had other segments that I did in the beginning as well. If you go far back, guys, and check out like the first 10 episodes, you'll see that I did things a lot different on this segment, but it's been an extremely fun and informative segment. I feel like I've learned a lot doing this segment about physical media and just the patterns of the different boutique labels and the studios. And yeah, 200 episodes, guys. I have not missed but maybe 2 weeks since April of 2020 doing this segment. It kills me to miss this segment. Like, if I do nothing else for the week, I do like to make sure I at least get the Physical Media Report done. I think I missed 1 week before, and last week was my second week that I missed of the Physical Media Report. But other than that, guys, this is a segment that I have done every single week on this channel without fail since April of 2020, which is definitely a lot. It's definitely a lot to be able to keep up with a schedule like that. And I'm going to try to continue to keep up with that schedule, of course. But it is something that I feel like every now and then I need to be like, you know what? There's just not a lot going on. Maybe this week I'll take a break. But to be honest, like, I feel like there's a lot going on every week. Like, I feel like because I missed 2 weeks, we're going to be talking about all kinds of stuff this week. But look, guys, this segment would be nothing without the support of you, the viewers that watch it. This is by far the video on the channel that gets the most engagement. It's the video on the channel that gets just the most excitement. I feel like people, they look forward to the Physical Media Report. I have people that reach out to me on Instagram. They're like, Ken, where's the Physical Media Report? I need it because this is my routine every Monday. I sit down with you, I eat dinner, I watch the Physical Media Report so I can know what's going on in the world of physical media. And to be honest, like, that means the world to me. I love it when people reach out and they say that kind of stuff, because because sometimes when I'm down here in the daytime and I spend so much time doing this every single Monday, I'm like, what am I doing this for? Like, I see people are watching it, people are commenting, but like, does this really mean anything to anybody? So getting comments like that, like, they mean the world and they keep me motivated to keep going, because this is a very hard segment to keep up with for the channel, for sure. And to do it for 4 years, guys, 4 years, I have been doing this every single week. It's absolutely insane. And, if I can keep it going another 4 years, I hope to do so. But look, guys, we got to get into this. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Thank you all so much for listening to my beginning ramblings. I'm sure there's like half the people that already clicked out the video. They're like, I came to hear about The Crow on 4K. This guy's just rambling on and on about his show for the first 4 minutes. This is episode 200, guys, of the Physical Media Report. This is a big deal. Like, I feel like episode 100 was just like yesterday. And I did this like big 20-minute segment at the end of that one, just kind of talking about the origins of the Physical Media Report and like what it means to me and what I kind of want it to be. So just getting into that a little bit for new subscribers and new watchers of the show. This is a show that is about information. But look, as you guys know, if you watch my channel, there's times I mess stuff up. I get stuff wrong. I'm inaccurate. This isn't so much, it is about the information, but it's honestly about my reaction and my commentary to the information that's coming in, because you can look all this stuff up on Blu-ray.com. You can get this from other channels. There's been a lot of channels, guys, not to point any fingers. There's been a lot of channels that since I started the Physical Media Report do very similar type of content. And to be honest, some of them probably do it better. You know, they're better at giving out the information and going over everything. This is about information, but it's also about just my specific reaction and commentary to certain things that are going on in the world of physical media. And as you guys notice, like, I don't just announce stuff. Like, I talk about my thoughts on it. I give my sometimes controversial opinions on things that some people do not like. I talk about the movies themselves. I go into all kinds of stuff with this segment. So it's not just about the information. It's about my reaction and my commentary to it. I've always thought of the Physical Media Report as almost like a trailer reaction of sorts to like physical media announcements. Like you would see somebody do a trailer reaction to a new movie that's coming out. This is almost like my trailer reaction to like the physical media releases that are coming out, and just kind of building up that hype and that excitement, both my own excitement and hopefully your excitement as well. So that's kind of my vision for the Physical Media Report, and I wanted to structure it almost like a news broadcast. But look, before we get into it, if you're new to the channel, I talk about physical media, Blu-rays, 4Ks all the time. Hit the subscribe button, also hit the like button, and then comment down below, guys, your thoughts on the Physical Media Report. Where would you like to see it go in the future? Any changes you would like me to make, or you just want me to keep it the same? Let me know your thoughts on the segments and episode 200 and all the announcements we're going to get into. Let me know all that stuff in the comment section below. All right, guys, look, episode 200. This is a big one. We've got some exciting stuff to talk about. Let's go ahead and get into it. The Crow. And I've talked about The Crow a couple of times on this channel already. It was rumored and all kinds of stuff. Now it has finally been announced to come out on 4K from Paramount on May the 7th. Now, this is going to have a new 4K restoration with Dolby Vision, HDR10. There's going to be new features as well, guys. New features. Paramount is doing new features for this release, which is awesome. I want to see more studios doing this kind of stuff. It's going to get a standard 4K release with a really nice slipcover. I really like the design on that slipcover. It's also getting a 4K steelbook that's available on Amazon and I believe Walmart's, or maybe not Walmart. We'll get into the Walmart steelbook in a second, but I think it might be on Groove as well. It's a number of other places. Diabolic Orbit, all those kind of places is the regular 4K steelbook. Then there's a Walmart 4K steelbook as well. There's two steelbooks, guys, coming out for The Crow, which The Crow is such an iconic movie. Like, it deserves that treatment. I wish it was getting some kind of like lavish box set. Like, I honestly wish Arrow Video was doing it. We were getting like this big super duper treatment with booklets and everything else. That would be awesome. But I'm sure Paramount is going to do an excellent job with this restoration. I know people had their issues with Paramount. I know people weren't too high on Footloose, but like, Paramount really has been stepping it up in my opinion. And I just watched, I'm not going to do an official review for this, but I just watched Beverly Hills Cop 3 on 4K. And this looks the best of the three Beverly Hills Cop movies on 4K. This looked incredible on 4K. So I think they figured out the format, and I do not see them not doing The Crow justice. So this is going to look fantastic. I believe the director is involved in the restoration as well. So I'm super excited for The Crow. All of these are available to pre-order right now. The regular slipcover edition, the Steelbook, the Walmart Steelbook. To be honest, like, I like the Walmart Steelbook the best. I'm not too high on ordering from Walmart right now, but you got the Crow face on the cover. You got the Fire Crow on the back. Like, that's really cool. I love the Walmart one. The Amazon one's cool too. They're both cool, to be honest, but I think the Walmart one is actually a little bit cheaper as well. I think it's $24.99 on the Walmart website, whereas the Steelbook on Amazon is $30.99. So let me know which one you're going to be getting. Are you excited for The Crow? I haven't seen The Crow, God, probably since I was like 15, but it was a movie I watched all the time as a kid on VHS, so I'm very excited to revisit this film. I actually got my Blu-ray copy going on the TV back there. Yeah, but I haven't watched it on Blu-ray yet. Like, I've owned it on Blu-ray for a while now, and I haven't watched it on Blu-ray. I think the last time I honestly watched it was probably DVD or cable or something back in the day. But I'm very excited to revisit The Crow, and on 4K, I'm sure Paramount's going to do an excellent job. Let's go ahead and get into the next announcement, guys, because I am over the moon excited about this one. This is pretty much 2 years in the making. You can go back to Physical Media Reports back in 2022, and we talked about this movie coming to 4K, but Once Upon a Time in the West is officially coming to 4K as a part of the Paramount Presents line. This is going to be spine number 44, and this is coming out on May the 14th. You're going to have a new restoration, Dolby Vision, HDR10. You're going to get a new commentary on this one as well, and a new feature with Leonard Maltin, which is pretty standard for the Paramount Presents releases. But this movie, guys, is so great. Like, even if you're not into Westerns, you got Charles Bronson in this movie, Henry Fonda, the girl, I don't know the actress name in the film. I love this movie, but I don't know the actress name. She's great. Like, everybody's great in this movie. It is just one of the best stories I've ever seen on screen. It's such an epic film. Like, this is like the Lord of the Rings of Westerns. So even if you're not like huge on Westerns, I highly recommend that you try this one. And this is the one that I think will sell you on the genre. It's such a great film. It's so epic. And I love this movie so much. And it's going to look great on 4K. And especially if Paramount does it right, which I think they will. Usually with the Paramount Presents line, they put that extra work, it feels like, into their releases. So I'm sure this is going to look great on 4K. Westerns in general just look fantastic on 4K. So I am so excited for this release. Because you go back to, like, I think, 2022... somebody asked Kino Lorber if they were going to do Once Upon a Time in the West on 4K. I think that was the rumor, and they shot it down. They said, no, Paramount is working on this. And I remember calling this out when they did that, because Liberty Valance, I think, had just come out on 4K from Paramount. And I was like, if they do Once Upon a Time in the West from Paramount, that will 100% be a Paramount Presents release. And that's what we're looking at right here. So very excited for this. I love the artwork on it. I love everything about this movie. This is a 100% like day one buy, like regardless of the cost, which I think it's kind of pricey right now on Amazon. Hopefully it drops a little bit. I think it's $39.99, but it is available to pre-order right now. But if you haven't seen this movie, I think it was on Hulu last time I checked. That's actually when I watched it for the first time. I still don't own a copy in the collection because I've been waiting for this 4K to come out, but I think it's on streaming. Check it out on streaming. Like, it's such a great movie, guys. Like, I cannot overemphasize. And you guys out there that have seen it, you know, everybody that's seen Once Upon a Time in the West knows it's just one of the best. Directed by Sergio Leone, who's just the same guy that directed the Fistful of Dollars trilogy, with Clint Eastwood directed this film. But I would say this movie, and I love the Fistful of Dollars trilogy, Good, Bad, Ugly, and all that stuff. Good, the Bad, the Ugly. Sorry, guys, I'm stumbling already. I love all those movies to death, but this is the best movie that he ever directed, at least of the ones that I've seen. So, Once Upon a Time in the West, guys, super excited for that one. That comes out on May the 14th. We also got the Iron Claw finally coming to Blu-ray. I say finally, I think it just came out back in December, but I feel like I've been waiting for it to come to Blu-ray because I really want to see this movie. The Iron Claw is coming to Blu-ray from Lionsgate March the 26th. This is going to have a making of feature, and it's also going to have a Q&A with the cast. So very much looking forward to this movie. It's based on the Von Erich family, their story, the Texas wrestling family. And I was super into wrestling for a long time in like my teens and early 20s and even childhood. So I am very familiar with the Von Erich. So I'm excited to watch this movie. And I didn't get a chance to go to the theaters. I really wanted to go to the theaters. So I'm excited to get this one on Blu-ray when it comes out from Lionsgate on March the 26th. We also got, guys, let's go ahead and get into it. Madam Web is coming to 4K. It's coming to Blu-ray, and it's getting a 4K steelbook from Sony. And we have no release date as of yet, but all these are available to pre-order on Amazon right now. So let me know if you're excited for Madam Web. I think that was a pretty big hit in the theaters, wasn't it? I think it did pretty well, and audience score was pretty high. Critic score was pretty high. So yeah, are you excited for Madam Web on 4K or Blu-ray? Oh my God, I just can't do it. Morbius, I got on 4K. Somebody donated money and I had to pick that up. I didn't want to see that movie. I have no interest in this movie. I don't know if I'll ever see this movie, but look, maybe I'll get the 4K in, and maybe I will offer no criticism on the 4K because people worked hard to make that 4K, okay? Isn't that going on around as well? And there are like some critics that are like refusing to review Madam Web or something. That's like a big thing right now in the world of film criticism. Well, I'm going to make that a thing in 4K review criticism. I will get Madam Web on 4K and I will watch it. And even if it's not a good 4K, which is unlikely because Sony's doing it, it's probably going to be a great 4K. I will offer no criticism on the 4K because people work hard on these 4K releases, guys, and they deserve to not have their work trashed. This is a very different episode of the Physical Media Report. I'm sorry, guys. But speaking of Sony, Disney and Sony are apparently in cahoots. And but I'll talk about that later. I'm not going to talk about that on Physical Media Report. I'm teasing my thoughts on that whole situation, which I do have a lot of thoughts. I took last week off, and then the internet exploded with Sony and Disney, and people were messaging me with my thoughts, and I'm like, you know what? I'm taking a break from all this. I thought about coming back and doing a video, but I didn't. And I'll talk about it later. So I will talk about the Disney Sony stuff a little bit later. But let's go ahead and talk about One Love, the Bob Marley. That's what I was going to say. Bob Marley biopic is coming out on 4K Blu-ray, and a 4K Steelbook is coming as well. No official release date, but these are coming out from Paramount. So you do have artwork on the Steelbook, though, which does look pretty cool. I haven't seen this movie. I feel like middle of the road reactions to this film, so maybe I'll get it. Maybe I'll get that Steelbook because it does look really nice, and I do like me some Bob Marley, and I do like me some music biopics, so, maybe I'll check this one out. We got Steel Magnolias. This was announced to come out on 4K from Sony, coming out April the 23rd. It's going to be a new restoration with Dolby Vision, HDR10, and it's going to have Dolby Atmos as well, which Sony will just throw Dolby Atmos on anything. It feels like that entire Columbia, Kramer versus Kramer has Dolby Atmos, guys. Regardless if it needs it or not, it's got it. And Sony doesn't care. They're just like, you know what? We're just going to throw Dolby Atmos on everything. And it's fine, but I'm sure people love them for that, if you got that full setup. And it's also going to have the TV pilot. I guess they tried to do this in a TV show, and it maybe failed, but it's going to have the TV pilot for Steel Magnolias as a special feature, a bonus feature from 1990. So that's definitely cool. They're adding in some new features in that as well. I haven't seen Steel Magnolias. I know it's a big movie. It's got a big cast, a lot of big names. Julia Roberts in the film. So I'm excited to watch this movie. I will probably get it on 4K at some point. We also got, guys, the Oceans trilogy was announced to come out on 4K, getting 4K Steelbooks. If I didn't know any better, I thought these already had 4Ks before, but I guess not. Oceans 11, 12, and 13 are getting 4K Steelbooks from Warner Brothers, coming out April the 30th. No announcement of like a slipcovers or anything like that. It's just the Steelbooks, but I did see on Blu-ray.com they were promoting a trilogy, some kind of like trilogy package box set release. No artwork on that or anything, so maybe they'll put it in a little package together, all three films, but you'll still have to buy them together. But no regular edition, but that'll probably be the cheapest option, because if you want to get all three of these movies on 4K as of right now, they're available to pre-order on Groove for, I think, $30 a piece. So it's going to cost you $90 to get the Oceans trilogy on 4K if you don't get that package release. And I think they're going to be available to pre-order on Amazon. And I believe they're up on Walmart right now, but they're going for like $40 on Walmart because Walmart sucks. And Best Buy just threw off the pricing on everything. But that's a whole different topic for a whole different day. But I've never been too high on the Oceans films. I've seen the Ocean's 11 and I've never seen the sequels. And I thought Ocean's 11 was fine. So, maybe I'll get these at some point. I don't feel the need to spend $90 on the Steelbook, so I'll probably pass on those. And maybe if they come out with something better in the future, I'll pick up that Steelbook or that regular trilogy box set when it drops down in price to like $30 or $40 or something. But yeah, if you're excited for the Oceans film on 4K, let me know in the comment section below. We also got this one I'm really excited for, guys. Money Talks is coming out on Blu-ray from Warner Archive. So Warner Brothers is putting this out through the Warner Archive line. This one is coming out on March the 26th. So this is a movie that I remember watching all the time as a kid. I think I had it like recorded on a VHS tape, one of those 6-hour VHS tapes that I recorded off of TV. And I watched it all the time. It's got Chris Tucker, before Rush Hour, post Friday, but before Rush Hour. I believe maybe it was the same year as Friday, but it was in that era where Chris Tucker was really starting to gain some momentum and some popularity, and it's got Charlie Sheen in it. And yeah, this is a super funny movie. From what I remember, it's got Heather Locklear in it as well. So I'm very excited to have this, and I want more of this kind of stuff. Like, I want Nothing to Lose on 4K. I think that's Fox, which unless Sony puts it out on 4K, I don't know if we're going to get that or not. But I love Money Talks. I just feel like Money Talks, Nothing to Lose. There was like a bunch of these kind of movies in the 90s that I watched all the time on movie channels and stuff. And I'm so excited to have this on Blu-ray because this is one we've been waiting for quite some time. Or at least I have personally. I don't know if you have. Too many people have been waiting for Money Talks. Money Talks is okay, Ken, but you know, I don't really care if it gets a Blu-ray or not. But I'm excited for it. Warner Archive has really been doing some cool stuff like Joe's Apartment, Money Talks. They announced some other stuff, but I was excited for Money Talks, so that's what we're talking about here today. But I'm hoping, guys, that this leads to The Stupids coming out on Blu-ray for Warner Archive, because that is a Warner Brothers property, and I think that would be a perfect fit to come out from the Warner Archive. So yeah, The Stupids, we need that on Blu-ray, guys, even though I got a bootleg back there, but we need an official release from Warner Archive. All right, we also got Big Top Pee-wee coming out on 4K. This was announced from TerrorVision and Grayface, and this is supposed to be coming out later this year. So no official release date, no artwork. Kind of strange. If you know TerrorVision and what they put out, like, this is probably the most mainstream thing I think that they've ever announced that they were going to put out. And I don't think it's a part of the TerrorVision line. They're doing like another sub-label called Grayface, and it's going to be coming out through them. But I'm excited. A lot of people were like, God, we're getting this before Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Yes, we're getting the sequel, Big Top Pee-wee, on 4K before they do Pee-wee's Big Adventure. But again, it always comes down to the rights, guys. And I don't know who owns Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Maybe it's Universal, but I guess they just don't want to put that out on 4K. So we're getting the sequel, Big Top Pee-wee, before Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Are you excited for that? Let me know in the comment section below. We also got Fletch and Flesh Lives coming out on Blu-ray from Kino Lorber on April the 16th. Very excited for both of these classic Chevy Chase comedies for sure, guys. We also got High Noon coming out on 4K, guys, from Kino Lorber on April the 16th. So another Western on 4K. I'm here for all the Westerns on 4K, guys. April the 16th, new restoration with Dolby Vision and HDR10, and 2 brand new commentaries here as well. So definitely is some exciting stuff coming from Kino Lorber. Let's go ahead and jump into the Criterion May announcements, guys. We got so much to talk about. Like I said, guys, this is going to run very long, especially with my opening monologue of the show. The Criterion May announcements, these came out a couple of weeks ago, actually. But we got Peeping Tom coming out on 4K, which was released by Studio Canal on 4K back in January. I'm very glad that I did not pick that up. And I actually did a live stream with Elliot Cohen, so I'm going to give him credit right here. Not a live, but a pre-recorded conversation. I put it up, so go check it out if you haven't already. And he called that. He said that Peeping Tom is coming to 4K from Criterion, or he said he almost guaranteed that it would. And I did not pick it up because he said that. And now it's coming out from Criterion, so now I can pick up the Criterion. And yeah, I'm excited for this one. This is a 1960 film. A lot of people credit it as being the first slasher film, which is kind of, you know, funny because it comes out the same year as Psycho in 1960. I wonder if it came out like earlier in the year or something, or maybe because they came out the first time, Peeping Tom just has more of the slasher elements in it than Psycho does. I don't know, but yeah, Peeping Tom on 4K, I'm really excited to check out because a lot of people have said some really good things about it. We also got the Oscar-nominated film Anatomy of a Fall coming out on Blu-ray on May the 28th. So this is a newer film. I think Neon distributed this and put this out. And I've heard some great things about this film, and I was going to watch it on streaming or try to watch it on streaming, but now I'll just wait and get this Criterion release when it comes out on May the 28th, or maybe I'll wait for the sale later on for this one. But yeah, this is a Blu-ray release. Peeping Tom, guys, is the only 4K that Criterion is actually putting out in May. But we also got Girl Fight, which is a film directed by Karen Kusama and starring Michelle Rodriguez. That is coming out on Blu-ray on May the 28th. So this one sounds pretty cool. And it looks like a pretty cool choice for Criterion to put out. So I'm actually excited for this one. And Karen Kusama, has done some really good work. I love the film The Invitation. I would love The Invitation to get some kind of like collector's edition from Criterion or Arrow or something. That's such a great movie that I just randomly stumbled upon on Netflix one night, like back in 2014, and I love that film. So I would love for that to get some kind of like special treatment at some point. But Girl Fight, really cool announcement. They also announced a story of Floating Weeds and Floating Weeds on May the 7th. So I don't know anything about this. This is for the Criterion fans, the real Criterion fans, I'd imagine. The Pinkies Up Criterion fans, as I like to say. We also got 3 revolutionary films by Osamian Sembian, which is another, Pinkies Up Criterion fan release. This is coming out on May the 21st, and Floating Weeds double pack, that's coming out on May the 7th. So, look, I don't think this is the best month for Criterion, but I'm actually happy with these announcements because I am looking forward to and or interested in 3 out of 5 of these. So that's a pretty cool month, and I'll probably pick these up in the sale at some point for sure. We also got the Arrow Video May announcements, guys. We got Crimson Peak coming out on 4K on May the 21st, HDR Dolby Vision. So I do have the Blu-ray version of this, and from what I remember, this looked great on Blu-ray, but like this movie is so visually stunning, directed by Guillermo del Toro, and I'm sure it's going to look fantastic on 4K. So this is a really good choice, I think, from Arrow Video to put this out on 4K for sure. And hopefully it comes in some kind of like big, lavish box set release. I can't remember if the old one did. I just had the standard version, just the regular case. I got it in a sale, I believe. But yeah, really good movie. It's kind of a romantic gothic film. It's not really a horror film, but it's kind of like a gothic romance / fantasy. I would lump this in, but it's got Tom Hiddleston in it. It's I think Jessica Chastain, great cast, and yeah, good choice for 4K. I think we also got Narc coming out on 4K and getting a Blu-ray release on May the 21st. And a lot of people said really great things about this movie, so I am looking forward to checking this one out as well. We got Pandemonium coming out on Blu-ray on May the 28th. We got the Night Falls on Manhattan coming out on Blu-ray. I think this is a movie starring Andy Garcia, so another Andy Garcia film that I get to check out and hopefully not criticize. That is coming out on May the 7th. And we got, as a UK release only, The Long Good Friday is coming out on Blu-ray. And I think this has alternative artwork as well. And this is coming out on May the 27th. So not the strongest month for Arrow Video, but guys, Arrow Video, because I see this on social media and stuff. And when Arrow does their announcements, people say, Arrow Video's dead. Oh my God, they've really fallen off. Not interested in anything again. Comments like that. And I'm like, guys, 2023 was really unprecedented for Arrow Video. Like, they just had one of the best years of any boutique label. I still think it's probably the best run of any boutique label that has ever had in one year. So I think that was kind of unprecedented. You're not going to see that again this year. You are not going to see that again. I still think we're going to get some really cool stuff from Arrow Video this year. I still think they have some stuff up their sleeves, but you're not going to have the same year that you had last year. So we're going to have months where some stuff just doesn't appeal to you, and that's okay. They're putting stuff out every single month, guys. Not every month you're going to be interested in all the titles. But I do think there's a couple of exciting ones here. Narc and Crimson Peak. If you haven't got Crimson Peak yet, that's definitely an exciting 4K that's coming. And Pandemonium is another new film that they're putting out. And they haven't done a new film in quite some time. I'm always very leery of the new films that they put out because they're historically not great. They're just like straight to VOD or straight to video schlock. But that one looks pretty cool. And Night Falls on Manhattan, I mean, I heard some good things about that. The Long Good Friday, I heard some good things about. So I don't think it's a terrible slate, but yeah, they're not like blowing the doors off right now. Maybe June, July, they'll ramp things up a little bit. But that's just my quick thoughts on Arrow Video. We also got some cool Umbrella May announcements as well. We got the Primer box set, which I've heard some good things about this movie. Upstream Color box set. We got Trash Humpers, guys, getting a box set. People that go around and hump trash cans. I guess that's the movie. That's getting a box set, guys. We live in an age where a movie called Trash Humpers is getting a lavish box set treatment. And we got You'll Never Find Me, which is a newer film that is getting a regular Blu-ray release with a slipcover. So Umbrella, not the most exciting month. They had a really exciting April, but they kind of, toned it down a little bit. You're going to get that sometimes, guys, with some of these months and these boutique labels. Let's see how things progress before we're just instantly negative about everything. I know sometimes I can be negative about stuff, but I'm trying to be a little bit more positive for you guys. But I think there's some good stuff in here. And, venture out of your comfort zone. It doesn't have to all be just straight horror all the time. Venture out of your comfort zone and get some of these other types of movies that these boutique labels are putting out. All right, let's go ahead and get into the deals, guys. We got a lot of good deals going on right now. There's potentially a Criterion flash sale coming sometime this week. Now, usually they give some kind of a coupon to their Criterion site users or members or whatever. I don't really understand exactly how to get that for myself. Maybe somebody can explain it to me in the comment section below, but usually they give out like a $10 off coupon to the people that use the website often or something like that. And that indicates that the flash sale is coming soon. And I heard that some people got this coupon over the weekend. So we could be getting the Criterion flash sale this Tuesday, this Wednesday, sometime this week. When we do, I will update in my community tab on my channel. So always be paying attention to my community tab. Just kind of scroll over through my videos and my shorts and my lives, and you'll see community. Hit that, and you'll see everything that I'm posting over there. And I will post this sale when it starts either Tuesday or Wednesday. I would say sometime in that range it will probably hit. But on Amazon, we got a lot of really great 4K deals going right now, guys, for pretty cheap. Angel Has Fallen is on 4K for $9.90. Minions is on 4K for $9.93. Apollo 13 is on 4K for $9.98. Reservoir Dogs is on 4K for $9.99. I think Reservoir Dogs is one of the best 4Ks of 2022, so highly recommend that if you don't have it. Field of Dreams is on 4K for $10.14. Knives Out is on 4K for $10.88. Born Identity is on 4K for $10.99. Green Book is on 4K. Best Picture winner for $10.99. Train to Busan is on 4K for $11.21. We also got Elizabeth on 4K for $14.49. We got Shrek 3 on 4K for $14.99. We got Kiss the Girls on 4K for $15.49. The Longest Yard on 4K from Kino Lorber is available for $18.99. The Legend of Zorro on 4K for $19.99. Sleepy Hollow is on 4K for $19.20. And the RE Resident Evil Steelbook 4K set from Sony is on sale right now, guys, for $110. That's the cheapest I've ever seen it. The Empire of Screams box set, which I imagine is the dumbed down version without the booklet, is available for $46.26. And the Toxic Avenger 4K set, guys, is currently, hopefully this will stay by the time I put this up, is currently $84 on Amazon. So yeah, some really good deals going on right now. Also, Groove is running some sales. They're always running sales, so go check them out as well. But I will link all of those deals from Amazon down below in the description. If you're interested in any of them, use those links. They're affiliate links, and if you use them, you will be supporting the channel, and I would definitely appreciate it. So let's go ahead and get into what is new this week, guys. So a lot of stuff came out last week. I'm not going to dive. I know I missed last week, guys, but it's already out. So I'm not going to dive into what came out last week. But we had Darkman come out. Beverly Hills Cop 3 came out on 4K. Leviathan came out on 4K. That was kind of the highlights of last week, which I did do a review for Leviathan. If you didn't check it out, go check it out. I'll link it somewhere up there. But let's go ahead and get into what is new this week. We got Wonka coming out from Warner Brothers on 4K for $29.95, on Blu-ray for $24.95, and getting a 4K steelbook from Walmart for $34.96. Really nice steelbook with it looks like a chocolate bar. Really cool steelbook. I didn't get it. I got the 4K slip, but I did kind of want it, but it's just Walmart just, I don't know, they haven't been doing it for me recently, so I'm not really ordering a lot of steelbooks from them. And we got the Target Blu-ray, which I think has some art cards in it, for $27.99. Guys, Target is still just like quietly squeaking out these exclusives that I feel like nobody knows about, but every week I look and they've got one. So yeah, Target's still doing exclusives. They're just not as great as they used to be. But if you're interested in art cards, Target has you covered on Wonka. We also got the Roaring Twenties on 4K, guys, from Criterion for $36.99, and also Blu-ray for $27.99. So I do want this. So hopefully that Criterion sale is this week, because I will pick that title up. We also got Fear and Desire on 4K, guys. Stanley Kubrick film coming out from Kino Lorber for $25.99. It's also getting a Blu-ray release as well for $18.59. We got Gunfight at the OK Corral, another Western coming out on 4K from Kino Lorber for $26.98. We got Contagion coming out on 4K this week, guys, from Warner Brothers for $33.99. This has no slipcover on it for all you slip fans out there. This is a manufactured on-demand release. That's why it's a little bit more expensive and doesn't have that slipcover option. So I don't anticipate this will be available forever. So maybe if you want this on 4K, jump on it. There's also a steelbook option overseas as well if you want to check that out on Diabolic or Orbit. I think it's on both of those sites. We also got Dream Scenario, which is a movie I'm very interested in, a new Nicolas Cage film coming out from Lionsgate for $19.96 on Blu-ray. We also got the VHS 85 Blu-ray coming out from RLJE for $15.39. I did pre-order this one because I love all the VHS films, well, except for one. Viral is the one I don't love, but I like all the other ones, so I'm excited to watch 85. Again, $15.39 for that one. We got Black Tight Killers coming out from Radiance for $25.98. I recently showed that off on a video, Physical Media Lives video that I did a couple of weeks ago, as well as Alan Sanfan. I hoped I'd never had to pronounce that again, but I did today on this episode. Coming out from Radiance for $25.98. We also have All Quiet on the Western Front getting a 4K steelbook from MPI Media Group for $29.96. I really need to get this film. I've heard great things about it. For whatever reason, I haven't watched it. I need this movie. We also have Migration, which is a new Illumination animated film coming out from Universal on 4K for $29.96 and Blu-ray for $24.96 as well. We have Film Noir Dark Side of Cinema Volume 17, 3-film Blu-ray set coming out from Kino Lorber for $31.79. We also have Monk Season 4 coming out on Blu-ray from Kino Lorber for $30.99. We have Fear the Walking Dead Season 8. I had no idea this show was still going, but it is. This is coming out for $30.99. We also have, actually $27.99. Sorry, guys, I messed up on the price. We also have Next Goal Wins, which is the new Taika Waititi film, which I had no idea he did a new film as well after Thor Love and Thunder. This is coming out from Disney for $19.96. We also have The Moon coming out from Wellgo USA for $18.78. We also have The Black Mass coming out from Cleopatra for $14.86. We have The Nights They Came Home coming out from Lionsgate for $24.96. And we have lots of Walmart 4K Steelbooks coming out this week, guys. Walmart's really stepping up that 4K Steelbook game, even though I'll never find any of them in my store. They're pumping them out left and right, so definitely check your store and see if you got any there. But we have The Magnificent Seven coming out this week, the 4K Steelbook from Shout Factory. Dragonheart is coming out this week, 4K Steelbook from Shout Factory. And Creepshow is getting a new 4K Steelbook from Scream Factory. Coming out this week, and they're all available on the Walmart website for $29.96. We also have Glow in the Dark Warner Brothers Steelbooks coming out this week, guys. These were just announced a couple of days ago, and they're already coming out this week. We got Dune, Fast X, Battlestar Galactica, and Godzilla vs. Kong all getting glow-in-the-dark steelbooks from Walmart exclusives for $29.96. So there you have it, guys. That is everything new that is coming out this week. That's the Physical Media Report. Episode 200. I actually got this done a little bit quicker than I thought that I would. So, guys, I just want to say again, thank you all so much for keeping me motivated to do this every single week. It's been extremely gratifying to have something on the channel that I can count on you guys to watch and enjoy. And I hope to, I don't want to change everything about this show, but in the coming months, you're going to see changes. You're going to see little tweaks here and there that are probably necessary for this show and the longevity of this show. But I don't want to change too much because I know you all enjoy this and I know it's a big segment for a lot of people. I just appreciate that you all watch it and you enjoy it. So thank you all so much for 4 years of the Physical Media Reports, episode 200. I did it, guys. I made it. If I do nothing else in life, I can say I did 200 episodes where I get on here and ramble off about Blu-rays and 4Ks for half an hour. And I can die happy. So thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Turn on bell notifications for all future videos because I am back, guys. And we've got other stuff coming this week. Some exciting stuff. I will definitely talk about Sony and Disney. I will talk about Sony. Do I have to? I will talk about them this week. So thank you all for watching. All the stuff. Links down below in the description. Instagram, TikTok, Letterboxd, Twitter, all those places, X, whatever you want to call it. And we'll see you next time.